make money using his car. He uses multiple gig apps all at the same time to maximize his earnings. But this can be difficult and dangerous while driving. Sometimes the requests come in so fast, Joe can't pick and choose the best trips to take, which can result in lower pay or lower rated disruptive passengers. That was until Joe found Maximo, the automation app that helps gig workers accept and decline trip requests. Maximo will use the filters set by Joe, like time, distance, and rating, to determine which trips are best suited for Joe. When a trip request comes in, Joe doesn't need to worry. Maximo will compare the trip details to Joe's filters and then determine if it should automatically accept the trip, decline the trip, or allow Joe to decide by showing the per mile and per minute rates. When a trip has been accepted, Maximo will turn off the other apps that aren't on a trip. Once Joe finishes a trip, Maximo will turn everything back on. This will allow Joe to reduce his stress and frustration, drive safe, and focus on the important tasks. Check out Maximo at www.maximoapp.com.
What's up, everybody? Thank you. Welcome to Thursday night Rodeo Roundtable. We wait for Kim's alarm to go off before he come out here now. So
it's like on my alarm.
I know this is gonna sound stupid and very childish joke, but it's like clockwork, guys. It actually works.
It's like we were supposed to be doing something at this time, weren't we?
Right, we're always.
Yeah.
I think this is probably not a good plug, but we're always sitting back there talking about things, waiting for somebody to show up.
Right.
Clearly, Hannibal, who didn't show up, but we're always waiting. No, I'm just kidding. But we're always sitting back there waiting, and we're talking. When Kim's alarm goes off, we all know it's 7.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We get back there and we start talking, and we get so caught up in what we're saying that we forget that we're not actually live yet.
It's like when the bell rings at school. It's like, oh, yeah.
I remember that Kim told me that was the case, and I wasn't even hearing it till you said it. Once you said it, every time now I'm like, there it is.
See, the funny thing is, I thought that was Steve's alarm half the time. I didn't know it was Kim's. I didn't know who that belonged. I knew it happened every week. I just didn't know where it was coming from.
Really? Have you seen how many times we are late starting anything? It's never going to be Steve's.
That's a good point. If I had thought about it, I would have come to that conclusion.
Like, no.
Well, I'm going to welcome the panel. I'm going to do it the same way I did last week. Hannibal? Nope. Just kidding. Just kidding. We did it with you too, Gary.
That's okay.
Hannibal will also be gone next week for Herbivore, but Nova Dasher is going to come and fill in, so that'll be fun. I like Marco. So, but let's welcome everybody else. We got Kim Side Money Plans. We got John Dash Theory TV. We got Mr. Middleton, GaryZapps.com, and we got all of you guys. So thank you for joining us. Real quick before we get started, I just wanted to say that the solo thing we did, I got some replies from some of you guys, but then no follow-up. So tomorrow night, Gary and I, Driver Nation's down for a week. So I didn't want to screw with the algorithm. Plus, I thought it'd be fun. So Gary and I are doing Sunday Funday tomorrow night.
On Friday.
On Friday.
Friday.
And
Funday,
you guys,
Wednesday.
I want to clear up the solo thing. I'll have all the details on how many more there's a couple left to give away, like 60 days for free use. Might as well. I'm doing it right now just to test it and give my feedback. So I'm going to be very clear about that. But yeah, we have a couple more to get. We'll clear all that out tomorrow night anyway. And so far, there's a chance, Gary, that we have Pixie.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, at 7:30. So this is how.
Oh, no. We're supposed to have had her like 5
but
times.
This is how tomorrow will look, because listen to this guest lineup. It's so random. So we do have confirmed Rudy from CEO from Free Cab.
Free Cab, yeah.
Which is a free rideshare service, you guys. It's free. Comes with a little twist, but it's free.
Well, it pays the drivers. It's just free for you to take rides.
Right. Well, join us. We need to talk to Rudy. He's a cool guy, but he's on at 7 p.m. Eastern till whenever he wants to go. He can stay the whole time if he wants. And then Pixie, this ex-stripper here in Denver, who runs a podcast. It's very popular. And she went and she had an interview with those sex dolls that Gary and I talked about on Sunday Funday way back when. So I've chatted with her on Twitter for a long time. So I've kind of been pushing for this. So she's going to try and join for like a half hour from 7:30 to 8. And then at 8, you guys, we have the one and only Bud Soda.
Bud Soda.
What's that sandwich about?
Wait.
Free cab, hookers, and Bud Soda.
You did not run that last one by me. It's a trap.
And he'll be working.
Feeling my throat's kind of hurting.
And he'll be working, so we'll get good reception and all that stuff. But you guys, that's like
I'm gonna be there just for the entertainment.
Yeah, I mean,
it is a fun day. So if you show up and you want to get on the stream, you are more than welcome to.
Yeah, that is. I mean, Driver
that's
Nation,
always been our
let
rule.
everybody call in and the radio thing, and I think that's a good idea. But it's not going to be like Driver Nation tomorrow. It's just going to hold that spot till next week when Driver Nation is back.
Right.
But I'm excited because
John, you're more than welcome to join us too.
Anybody, we'll put the link in the show notes. We literally we'll kick you off if we need to.
No, Kim, you're gone.
But I don't think we've ever had to kick somebody off a Sunday Funday. And they used to we used to have a lot of fun. The only problem with Sunday Funday is they went too long.
I remember there's some marathon episodes.
Wait, who said they went too long?
Well, I mean, just
I had a great time.
Yeah, me too. But it would be like dark.
7 hours. Yeah, I mean, it'd be a whole day. I get that. No, I mean, towards the end though, we tried to cut it down to 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. I think it's going to be like Bud Soda talking about politics and Stripper talking about sex dolls, and then we got
free cab.
Yeah, we got, hey, you guys don't pay for ride shares. Take it with me. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. A lot of confusion.
The scary thing is if you can mash all three together, that would be a scary thing all in itself.
So if any of you guys watch,
wait, Kim wants free ride share with sex dolls
and free rideshare dolls,
free rideshare sex dolls rides while Bud Soda talks to you about politics.
So Bud Soda's the driver, and then there's just a free ride and a free.
And then there's
doll.
a sex doll in the back that you can play with.
Right, you're going to town on it. He's just talking about politics.
All right,
and the ride is free. And the ride is free.
I bet it is. I don't know if that's the free ride people want.
Hey, no, well, okay. The guy's story is very interesting. I don't actually know where he stands progression wise. We're going to figure that out tomorrow. I figure he's got something to say because I don't think he'd come back blindly.
Who?
Rudy.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant.
I mean, like, you know, we're going to ask him. Gary and I were trying to go out there for his launch,
but it never went off.
Right. So, I mean, like, it's going to be interesting to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
So,
anyway, join us tomorrow. We'll get into all that detail.
It'll be fun, guys. It's 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Do the math for the rest. And also, I told you guys last month, this is just real quick, that I was going to be doing a stream with my son. We're going to do our first one this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
So, I don't know what it's going to be. It's probably going to be Sunday. It's going to be kind of like to feel out what it's going to be, but we've got some ideas. It's going to be pretty cool.
Wait, what's this show going to be called?
I don't know.
You got to have a catchy name.
Yeah, I know.
You can't be like Steve and Max.
Max and Steve.
Steve to the max. Maximum Steve.
Who's parenting who?
Who's the most mature?
Wait a minute. Who's in charge of you two?
That's no joke, too. They both need parental supervision.
Anyway, we even started. Okay.
Yeah, we went live.
Yeah, no, I was kidding. So let's say hi to the chat real quick while I got a second here then. So what's up, Florida? How are you? What's up, Thomas? Let's see, Rodney, Ceci, Light, Dashing Grandpa. I was just on his stream. And Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor, yeah.
And Bud Soda. But so did you just join?
He just joined. He didn't hear.
But there's see Rodney's comment. Bud Soda is a star.
Yeah.
He is.
Oh,
Traditional
traditional
IC.
AC too. I see. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Gig work. Okay. Let's jump into it. Gary's got a surprise story that he wouldn't even share with us for the.
Well, no, because if I share it, then you read it and you're not as like, what? It takes the fun out of it all. So, okay, let me ask you this, and the people in the chat too. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you with doing gig work? 10 being like super happy, 1 being I hate it.
Are we supposed to put it in the chat, or is this?
No. You guys can tell me, but if chat wants to join in, they can.
We'll do some numbers in the chat. I'm going to step out with the 7.5.
7.5.
Depending on the right day, it might be a solid 8.
Wait, is this just gig apps?
Yeah, your current gig economy that you're doing. Gig economy.
Okay, but
As long as
gig,
you're-
well,
not,
I mean-
not other work, not lasers, not production, not
Right.
just
Gig
apps,
work.
okay.
Gig work that we consider gig work.
When you say we,
Yeah.
Oh,
We got lots of 10s. Look at that.
I like the 10s. I like the 10s.
I'll say a 9. I don't work the average apps, so I'll say a 9.
Okay, Kim.
I'm going to say 9 just because I feel like you can improve on anything, but I love what I do, so I'm happy.
Yeah. So I'm surprised I have that many 10s because I'm a 10 too. I love what I do. Now, the follow-up question though, how happy are you with the pay you get from the gig works? 1 to 10.
10.
Oh, you do
9
carry.
again.
He does
9
carry.
again.
It's kind of funny because I'm going to say 8 here.
But even dumpling. I mean,
Right.
I'm trying to work different things, so I'm saying 9.
I'm going to say 9 too. Like I said, you can always you always need more, but
See, I'm gonna go lower. I'm gonna go like 7 on that because I feel like I feel the pay could be better. I mean, it really could. I mean, it's an easy job, but I feel the pay could be better. So now the story is, it says 1 in 5 gig workers are unsatisfied with their job, and 65% of gig workers say they are unsatisfied with what they earn. Do you agree?
65% no.
Wait, 65% what?
1 in 5 hate their job doing gig work.
Yeah.
65% say they are unsatisfied with what they earn.
I could
Now we see it all the
that-
time. We see it all the time. People, oh, it's slow. I can't make money. Blah blah blah. We see this all the time.
and say not that I feel like I'm in that percentage, but if you go into any groups, whether it's a Facebook group, a Reddit group, the negativity that is in those groups, it's almost toxic.
It is toxic.
It's
I question whether some of those people even do gig work. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I think
But,
there are just some mean people on the internet who just troll.
Yeah.
They
I'll
just
say a lot of
troll.
those people are just
They find a space though, and they like gig work, and they'll just get into it and try and get into everybody's head and wreck everybody.
Yeah.
Trolls,
But
non-bot trolls are the worst. Real human trolls suck.
Well, and see, that's one thing. I think a lot of people just aren't cut out for gig work. They just aren't.
100%.
And I think a lot of the unsatisfied people should probably use it just strictly part-time. Full-time, it takes a lot. And that's the next part. 55% said that they have no work-life balance. And we run across this too. How many gig workers working 12, 15 hours a day? They have no work-life balance.
that could definitely lead to the unhappiness. That's a big part of it. I agree.
I feel like gig work is what you put into it, and what you kind of dedicate to it, and it's how your lifestyle fits into gig work that you it's like a moving puzzle that you kind of always keep piecing it together until you get the right fit, until it's all kind of working together. So I feel like it takes a little while if you're full-time to get into the groove and getting out of it what you're putting into it, but you'll get there if you put into it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I kind of think you're going down the road. That's kind of the old. It's not about planning to fail. It's about failing to plan. And I think a lot of people just say, I'm just going to make a bunch of money. I'm going to make as much money as I can versus say, I need to build a life, and this is going to be part of it. I'm going to do this week 50 hours, this week 30 hours. Or even if they're going to do 40 hours every week, making it to a schedule where, okay, I have to do this with my family at this time, and really, maximizing all that you can do. Because I think with us and our experience, we know that you can really, with gig work, earn money between pretty much from 6 a.m. to midnight. You may have multiple different apps you're using, but if you have 18 hours to earn how much you need to make in a week, to work 40, you can definitely carve out a strong work-life balance, but only if you have a plan.
I would add to Gary's thing too. Like, I don't think you have the stats on how many of those people are the 65% that are 7 hours or less, and how many of the 85.
Yeah, they don't break any of that down.
Okay, but what I would say on the 65% aren't happy with their salary, I would actually, if anything, I might say, okay, even maybe a few more, probably, but also I think that that's pretty even with W-2.
You think there's that many W-2 that hate their job?
I think there's more.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I think
100%.
I was going to say more, not that many. I was going to say more.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just pointing out, though, this is a study that really doesn't indicate like how you feel towards work. Because there's people who have W-2s who just hate it, and would complain about the pay, all of this stuff we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. When I was in my W-2, I was miserable. Half the time, I was just miserable. Not that the pay was bad, but I was just literally miserable because the pressure and the stress that I was under constantly. Man, take that out of the equation. I am a much better parent. I'm a much better wife. I'm a much better Kim. To me, that's like worth it all in itself.
You trying to tell me Kim wasn't, giving that kindness at her W-2?
No, I was always kind. I always put on a really good front.
It just wasn't always free. She's like, kindness is $10.
It's like kindness is $10, but the pain is free.
It was just, I was just a ball of stress every single day. Like if you didn't perform, I felt like you were on the chopping block every day, and that's a lot of pressure to be under. Not having any pressures anymore, it's fantastic.
I liked the pay that I had at my W-2. I really liked that pay. Granted, I was top tier of my company, so that was good too. I was in charge. I did not like the hours, though. I did not like the structure. I did not like having to say, hey, I need to do this, or hey, I need to do that, or I need time off for this. Like that's just very inconvenient. Once you've actually done gig work, you have all that you can just go do yourself. Trying to say, oh, I'm going to go back to W-2. That's a hard leap for me.
It depends on I think that the job is going to be a big part of it. Because I think the other thing that when it comes to any job, it's especially the W-2, it's the people, it's your boss. A good boss makes it easier. A bad boss makes it hell. I mean, coworkers that are paying the ass makes it hell. Coworkers that carry their weight that you don't have to make up for, that makes it manageable. So I think it's the people is a big part of it. But additionally, it's like I said, the stress, but then that clock watching. That you have to be here or be there, and then if you're not, it's not like with gig work where okay, if I need to just take a Tuesday off, I don't have to call anybody. I just need to make sure I wake my ass up earlier on Wednesday.
Also, are you working from home? Are you? I mean, do you still have a lot of autonomy by working from home? Because a lot of those W-2s work. They're like, we don't care when you do it, just do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, so that's
now they are.
Well, I mean, W-2 jobs had a bunch of useless rules of being in an office or in a building. Like you can't do this or can't do that, and 90% of that stuff happens at home. And the job is done 95% is good.
I don't think I personally, now that I've been out of the W-2 world for so long, I don't know whether I would be able to go back to having a boss and being a boss at the same time. Like two of those things, I don't know whether I personally have it in me to go back to that role and to have a role above me as well.
Okay, so moving on to the second part of this. Is there any job you would not do to make $180,000 a year?
There's a lot of jobs.
Hell yeah.
A lot of jobs.
Where do you want to start? Yeah?
Like, what profession do you want to start?
What letter?
Master plumber?
You would not be a plumber?
A master plumber that deals with pipe mains and
you wouldn't do that?
That level of the S word. Come on, dude.
Like dirty jobs.
Okay, so this part, Steve probably
you're up to hearing it every day.
Okay, but what if I
splashes in your eyeball, Gary?
That's a lot of pink eye. That's a lot of pink eye.
Okay, but what if you could sell your poop and make $180,000 a year?
What?
I mean,
I don't get what that is. That
the only thing that would be weird about
Like,
that
is
was
that
not
a
the
thing?
selling of it. It's the like meeting with the clients who are buying it. I'm like, why would I don't know who I'm doing meeting with these people so often. But
So
yeah, I mean, but there's a lot of jobs I don't think I could do even for that price that would just kill me. I mean, I don't even care if you gave me like something that's minimum wage, like working this shady bodega in Aurora. 40 hours a week.
I was being serious though. If you could make $180,000 a year selling your poop, would you?
there's a lot of variables there.
Can I just go collect it in San
Like
Francisco?
all of it?
No, it has to be your poop for one. It does have to be your poop.
Yeah, sure.
And you can do it at home and ship it to them.
Yeah. Like that box thing that checks for colon? Yeah, okay. Sure.
Dry ice,
You gotta do it.
What's the purpose?
Dude, actually, is that a job? I'll do it right now.
That is a job, and about 1 in every 1,000 people that apply, 1 out of 1,000 people that apply, get approved for it. Is what it is. And what you're doing is
are you talking about composting, Gary?
No, it's a stool donor network is what it is. You donate your stool for science and whatever else. It's from humanmicrobes.org, and they buy your poop.
Is it like to cure cancer?
I
Do
think
they have an app?
No, I'm really trying to figure out what is it for. I mean, if it's for medical research and if it's to cure cancer,
I'm sure it is, because if they're having one person do it every day for a year, they're actually watching all changes.
And I don't know if they pay you every day for it, but it says each stool samples $500 per stool, or per stool donation. They give you $500, and it goes towards medical research.
Solid?
Is there like a special place you have to like? Because think about do you have like a special box? You just go in the box.
Haven't
you seen the ads for the
John gonna go shit his corner?
There it is.
Oh, put up Holly's comment. Put up Holly's comment.
What if you don't poop every day? Well, I guess you'd be losing out on some money. You better take some X-Lax or something.
Well, you take one and then you split it into 3.
Wait. Now you're gonna save them, John?
I mean, you gotta earn, right?
What are you gonna do? Freeze them?
I'm just gonna
That's
send
actually a better
Bodhies
idea.
every day.
I was just thinking about refrigerating it. So yeah.
But yeah, I've never actually heard of this. I did not know it was a thing until I looked up the survey. 1 in 5 drivers hate their jobs. I was like, well, why don't they just find something better? And then I was looking, and this came up.
I was going to say, so how did we segue from hating our job to selling our poop?
Because if you hate your job, you can now go sell your poop, Kim.
But also, why did he start it with, what would you do anything for 180,000? No, but I'd do that for 180,000.
I guess, yeah. How do you? I do want to know. Is that like 500 times 360 is what, 80,000? I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, it's what it is. You take $500 a day, and it equals up to 180,000. So if of course
people would do that for 30,000, probably. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would. I can't believe that they'd pay that much either. You could tell people, hey, send me your poop for $100. People would do that.
Dude, why are we
There's
not
about
all
to be a
doing this?
black poop market in the near future, like a black market poop.
Do they send you 365 boxes?
I'm not sure how it works.
Postage. I don't want to go I don't want to go deal with it.
I think one of you guys should sign up for it, though.
I'll do it right now.
It says
do it live on the show.
It says 1 in every 1,000 people.
I think that's the next beyond the algorithm.
Well, you're gonna
animal
poop
you
on Steve's gonna be like, what are you doing, Steve? He's like, I gotta get my sample in for tomorrow.
Yeah. It's a ride along.
It'd be the new hot shot curry rides, huh?
But yeah, Kim, to answer your question, it is for medical purposes. They got a list of stuff that they do it for. and I don't know, you can go to their website and check it out. It's humanmicrobes.org.
Human microbes.
There you go, everybody. Go check it out.
Human microbes.
I mean, they're gonna see the site traffic on that thing.
They're gonna be like, "What the hell happened?"
Microbes. Okay.
They're gonna be like, "Wow, we got a lot of hits today."
Become a donor, I guess. Stool collection kits. Which one do I want?
I'm guessing.
Here, let me just bring it up so we can all do this together.
Because why would you have a collection kit if you're not donating?
Yeah, right there, and it actually says it on their site. Get paid $500 per stool.
Okay. So.
Oh no, you're on the wrong site. I think.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's not the site. Get off that. I'll share it.
Okay.
You got bamboozled.
Yeah, he was going to the wrong one.
So there's a fake poop site because it did it too. Oh, this is the official one.
This is the official one.
Don't get catfished. I don't know what they call it, catfish.
Okay.
But yeah, look right here. It says complete the screening questionnaire, complete the verification of stool type and physical fitness, a video interview. I don't know what they want to see you poop or what.
That's an interesting.
Is that a daily thing or just to
I
make
would
sure you're
assume they're
good
going
for
to
the
make sure you're an
job?
actual person.
Yeah, and of course you got to give stool and blood testing, paid for them, of course, or paid by them. And then, like I said, it says right here, get paid $500 per stool. If you're having a bowel movement every day, it can be $180,000.
Wow!
Starting a high fiber diet tomorrow.
How long do you do it for?
Ever?
You really need to know for more than 1 year.
At $500 per stool, I'll do that every day.
I'll do it I'll do it to make $1 million off poop.
I mean, you're already going poop.
What is that? What is that?
I mean,
5.5 years?
It's not like you're going. I mean, I guess like John said, you got to poop in the can in the corner or whatever real quick. But
he's gonna go back to the potty training.
Like it's going to help save a life somewhere. You know, like I want to be doing it for a purpose.
Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate
well,
that.
right here, it says why they're doing it and everything right there, Kim. Like I said, I'll share it. I'll share the link in the.
Yeah, dude, everybody wants to do this. Look, we have 100 people in the community. That means one of you is going to get it.
No, we need 1,000.
1 in 1,000.
1 in 1,000. So 1 out of every 1,000 people, it says.
But still, that could be
you.
you. It's better than the lotto.
That is much better than the lotto.
Yeah. There you go. I posted the link for you.
Soon for money.
3 of my subscribers are going to make $180,000 this year.
Yeah, I see some truly, and I don't ever do this. You guys know this about me, but I see some truly amazing clickbait ideas here.
You have to be that healthy to sell my poop? I don't know.
Why do I have a feeling you're going to like clip this bad boy up and we're going to see clips and clips of it?
there should be a lot of clips from this conversation for sure.
I like how it wait, push that down.
Wait, what was the physical fitness part?
What are the basic qualifications? And they show like this ripped person.
I know.
It's like,
well, because I'm assuming that they want somebody really fit. You know, because like
donor must be in
all
physical and
walks of
mental
life?
health.
I mean, I don't know.
What is this?
Ideally, top young athletes. Okay.
Is this to prove that we should eliminate everybody else?
Is your poop different if you're skinny versus fat? Is it really?
Shouldn't they
higher
want
protein?
to know that? This should be part of the jeez. Maybe there's more companies that do this with other people that aren't fit.
Maybe. You know what? Everybody go to Google, type in "sell my poop,"
Yes.
and I bet you got a whole bunch of links.
This is definitely Hannibal's not here tonight, and I'm kind of bummed that he will hear about this for sure. We are definitely doing beyond the algorithm with this.
Well, I was hoping he was going to be here.
I know.
I could just see him going, Steve, man, Steve.
Yeah, like you could stack a cuddle with a poop.
Stack a cuddle with a poop.
I need to shut up. Okay. I'm saying these things.
So I just thought about this. I was looking at that. It said you had to be younger, and I was like, that could be you and Max's first show.
So, dude, don't give him ideas. He'll be like, hey, watch. He'll
get into gig work.
He'll get that. He'll be that guy that gets the 1 in 1,000. He's lucky like that.
Well, he's not 18
like,
yet.
I'm retired.
He's not 18
I'm just gonna poop in a box.
You just sign a waiver. Steve was like, I'll sign the waiver.
How old is Max? 16?
Yeah.
2 more years he can apply. Got to be 18.
Yeah.
Start prepping now. Scholarship plan right there.
It'll probably be gone by then, but.
Well, I mean, according to John, you could just, freeze it and hold it for 2 years, I guess. Have a stockpile.
Ew. Can you imagine going into someone's freezer and go?
Can you imagine?
Is this
why do you have so much chocolate in here?
You know where you never, ever, ever want to go to? The address you send that poop to.
Oh,
because that's a warehouse of poop.
It's a shitty job.
Literally.
You can even afford to take days off though. If it's like $500 a day, you're raking in money. You could like make $150,000 and take like a month off.
Well, honestly, you just have to, even if you just do it twice a week.
You know what? Holly just pointed
$1,000
something
a
else
week.
out too. She just pointed out, I didn't read it when we were scrolling through it, but it says, but if that is not sufficient payment for your time, you are able to set whatever price you would like.
What does that mean?
Poop extortion.
Like
that means you can negotiate your poop price.
800.
No, I want 1,000. What are you kidding?
I mean, would they just not accept you then, and they'd accept the person with 5?
Is it the lowest bidder?
I'm sure. I mean, they're definitely going to DoorDash you on this.
They've apparently screened 26,000 people and not got the poop that they're looking for.
The golden poop it.
Does that mean nobody's doing it?
Well, it says 26,000 people.
I'm going to need to try this. I think I'm going to be the impressive candidate and just send them a poop. Yeah, one in.
Be proactive.
What happens if you're like a persistent person and just keeps
sending poop every day? Every day.
Oh, shit.
Just send them to poop every day.
Like, we're not paying for this. Like, if you're using it, I want my money back. Some Apple AirTags in it, see where it goes.
I gotta stop.
This is too fun of a story, Gary.
I know. I guess we could have ended the show with this, but
yeah.
Steve wanted me to start the show because I wouldn't tell him what my stories were.
Yeah, that was good. Wait, is there more?
No, that was it.
Okay.
No.
See, I told you it's a lot better that I didn't tell you guys because you get a better reaction from it.
Respect that. I definitely do.
You have to. Holly said you have to get a blood test too.
Yeah, you got to go through a full physical.
What the hell are they looking for?
Poop.
Chris, what's up? I just saw you just joined, man. You just. I would tell you to team replay it because there's no way for me to explain what just happened.
Just know $180,000 a year.
I found
Chris, you can make $500 a day or $180,000 a year by pooping in a box.
Yeah, I found you guys perfect.
It's just my poop in a box.
It's a You know, Saturday Night Live's going to steal that.
That's the new one.
Okay. Kim, you put out a video this week about DoorDash, and I saw you put something out tonight about Walmart too.
I did.
What's up?
I know a whole bunch of crazy things I've been either stumbling upon or I have the gift of gab and I've been figuring it out. But start with DoorDash first. So last week it started with a shop and deliver, and I thought it was just DoorDash doing its thing and glitching, and I didn't pay it any attention. I took shop and deliver, and it was the one that I actually showed in my video. I think it was like $24, and it said 2.8 miles, but I was a little far away from the Acme that I was going to. And I'm like, oh, that's weird because it takes me like 3 miles to get to the Acme. Maybe it's like right there. But the map, I'm like, no, the map doesn't show it. So did the shop and deliver, get in my car, hit GPS, and it said 2.8 miles. So it was literally from the grocery store to the customer's house. They weren't telling the total miles. I'm like, that's weird. Didn't pay any attention. And then I got 2 more shop and delivers like throughout like a couple of days, and same exact thing happened. So in my area, I don't know whether they're testing it, but I wanted people to kind of beware because you can be losing out on some pretty big miles if you're not paying attention. That right now they're literally showing just the miles from the grocery store, and it's just shop and pays from the grocery store to the customer's house.
Oh, that's yeah.
Now I will say this: was it the update before this week? So 2 weeks ago, their update they did. Every now and then, I'll get orders that come through with 0 mileage. And so I think it's just a bug with their app.
I would like to say that, but it's been happening. It's not like it was just like a bug that it just like it's been almost every shop and
delivers. Like I wonder why they just didn't go for it and pull it off the other side too.
I don't know.
Well, I feel like they're doing a lot of emphasis on shop and delivers, a lot of programming on there. So I think they're just tweaking with all that coding back there. They're probably doing, they're making mistakes. That's
what it is.
I think DoorDash right now is playing right into my story about Instacart failing.
Right. And a lot of it too, Kim, is you're on iPhone.
Yes.
Well, iPhone does not allow. So if your DoorDash app's not in front of the screen when the offer comes in, iOS does not allow background tasks.
Well, this is the thing. Last week, I only worked DoorDash. I didn't have any other apps on. I was strictly working DoorDash last week.
Right. Well, I'm just saying in general, though, a lot of people see a lot of those errors because like they'll open their DoorDash app when an order comes in, but not have it on the screen already. And so the GPS can't calculate. But whenever DoorDash does the calculation from the store to the customer, they do that all on the server side. Because
I don't know. The one she showed in her video, I'm pretty convinced. Knowing Kim, I knew she wasn't screwing around and altering the images.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
this looks weird.
I'm saying with the way that they program their app is the problem, because they do the restaurant to the customer all on the server side, but then they do from the driver location to the restaurant all in the app. And so if the app can't get the GPS location, it can screw it up.
So client-side stuff is jacking up, basically.
Right.
Yeah, but to be honest, man, they could do that on both sides. I'm kind of getting. I'm surprised they don't, because they'd even trick more of these people who take bad offers because it would look like less miles.
No ideas, Steve. Don't be giving them ideas.
You don't think they've already had that idea?
Yeah. See, my theory is that it's not so much as they trick people; it's that they find out things are broken and they say, "We'll fix that." To never. And
I'm a beta tester for DoorDash, by the way, if you guys didn't know.
No.
And like they don't fix nothing. And
did you tell them their app sucks?
Yes. In fact, all the beta testers, we got the Google forums that we got to post under and stuff. It's everybody complains every day, and stuff that we've complained about 6 months ago, still broken today.
So. I guess my point, even if it is a mistake and they're making mistakes on their end from a driver's perspective, if I didn't catch it the couple times that it was you could be adding a lot of extra miles onto your car. And then sometimes it's not that big of a deal, 2 miles, 3 miles, but it adds up if you're not paying attention to looking at that screen, because the first time I was just like, oh, that's weird. And then it kept happening. And then I was wise on to what they were doing, but it still cost drivers, because you think you're driving, in my case, 2.8 miles, and it ended up being almost a 6 mile order altogether.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's huge. I mean, especially if you're thinking, so 2 miles for $12. Oh, that's this, and then it ends up being 7 miles for $12. That changes the whole dynamic of the order.
Hey, you better tell them watch out with that crap though, because that's what happened with Instacart. That's how Instacart operates, and we see what happened to them.
That was my point. Like I felt like the whole entire thing was very Instacart. Like, Instacart you see from the grocery store to the customer's house. That's all you see. You have to kind of calculate in your own head where you're at and how long it's going to take to the grocery store. And that kind of comes out of your pocket. They don't pay for that. That comes out of your pocket. Yeah. Kind of the same thing with what was happening with DoorDash. I felt like it was too convenient.
Right.
I'll tell you, that's how every Curry works. But Curry actually puts on a little thing that tells me that time of day, how many minutes it'll be. And then it shows full transparency on the miles and everything. But it's like you're 22 minutes away from the pickup at this time of day.
I thought they showed miles to pick up too. Okay.
No, they used to show the miles to the pickup. Now they show the minutes to it from where you are at that
I'd rather have the miles.
Traffic, which I actually prefer the way that they're doing it now. It actually, because they're correct with their times, and I like seeing that because I then know which locations it is.
Well, they can do both.
Gary, tell him. Gary has a meeting with Curry next week.
Well, maybe they're supposed to. They haven't got back to me yet.
But they will, because I talked to him and then I talked to him, and that guy just took over another guy's job at Curry to kind of do a lot of things. That's why I think he's bringing the engineer in to your conversation, because Alice loved the idea. So if those of you not on Curry, or those of you that are, when you open up the Curry app, you see a
useless
your
map,
car
a useless screen
at your house or wherever you are. You can't zoom out or in. There's nothing you can do. You just can look at where you are, and you can hit inactive or active on the bottom. That's it.
It's useless.
And then it has a menu, and everything works. It's just a bit wonky the way it works, but it works. Everything works. You can get to everything. Do what you need to do. But the home page alone was the one that Gary's like, why doesn't it just go to the request? And when he said it to me, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And so I told Alice, and when I told that, I was having lunch with her, and when I told Alice, she's like, I don't know either. That's the dumbest thing ever. I never even thought of it.
It's because they don't use the app. That's why.
Actually, they truly all do one per month. They have to do one per month.
Yeah, but if I have to do one per month versus multiples per day,
right?
That's a huge difference.
Right, but I think it's also helped because she does the one per month, because when I said to her, she got it. I was like, the home screen, and even before I pulled out my phone, I was saying it like, why can't that just be the request? And she's like, man, that is a great idea. Why would I'm like, because the map is useless.
Yeah, it serves zero purpose besides tracking your location, which you can do that already without that map. So
yeah.
Anyways, back to Kim's story.
Okay, so moving on. So Spark, or actually, before I get into Spark, I'm going to go over the DoorDash because it kind of ties in with the whole shop and deliver that I have. So Aldi just got a contract with, or DoorDash, I should say, just got a contract with Aldi. And what is in a couple things to me were interesting.
Hold on. What's LD?
So
Aldi.
Grocery chain.
It's like
Aldi's.
Yeah. Aldi.
I was like Aldi. What?
Tomato.
Okay.
Anyway.
New Jersey people.
I was going to say something not appropriate, and I won't. So anyway, it is going to be across 38 states and most of their supermarket. And it really reflects that DoorDash is really trying to expand into the grocery delivery business. And they're really trying to take a lot of market share away from Instacart. And I feel like that's going to be like their growing goal for this coming year. What I found really interesting, and I wrote this down because I didn't want to forget about it, is now that Aldi is on board, 98% of the monthly users of DoorDash will be able to place orders with an establishment that's not a restaurant. So they're still doing food delivery, but now 98% of their customers will be able to order something other than food on their platform.
Huge.
I mean, that's, if they didn't, I mean, is the food space is a whole conversation of its own, and what it's actually doing right now. I mean, to not integrate that would be stupid, especially with Instacart failing. And Instacart is failing. We did that. Was it after? Or was it? It was just this yesterday. Yesterday was the first day of the first chain not having Instacart available. And Heinen's, it's not called Heine's, like I said last week. It's called Heinen's. Heinen's is a grocery chain in Ohio and Illinois, and they, as of yesterday, have completely ended their partnership with Instacart, and Instacart isn't even allowed to do any of that sneaky crap and come in and use the store anyway. They have to. Their lawyers had them remove everything. Wow. They cannot put anything on their fucking app about this.
Dang, with the F-bomb too?
Yeah. Well, I hate Instacart.
I think we talked about shit for a while. So.
Really?
And you know what else I have to add? I have to add this into that. Winn-Dixie and Harvey's chains are doing curbside and delivery at 300 locations starting next week in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, and Mississippi. And their goal is to push out Instacart.
You know how expensive Winn-Dixie is?
I'm just saying, dude, if they're going to offer they're doing the same thing that we're doing here in Denver for $1 cheaper, $6.99 same day delivery without any membership.
I wonder who they're using.
Employees.
Just regular employees.
Yes. They're using employees on downtime, and they're scheduling employees to do an hour's worth of runs.
Well, because most of the time why restaurant or why food place or grocery stores don't use employees to do stuff like that is because they have to insure them during the delivery too.
You know what though? I think that here's what it is, Gary. If one food chain in your area starts doing this and using their in-store prices, wouldn't everybody using Instacart go, wait a minute, I don't use Kroger, but their prices are way lower than this Instacart thing on the Safeway I go to.
Well, yeah, but see, with Kroger, though, they have their own trucks, own commercial insurance, things like that employees drive. That's what I'm saying. Are these stores going to have that too? Or are they going to be like, hey, Steve, go get in your car and take this over to blah, blah, blah.
See, that
ain't going to float.
The driving part is...
I'm guessing they're going to, they'll find some employees that they need to get hours for, and they'll get a couple vehicles. Who knows, dude? I mean, this Heinen's is only 19 locations between the two states. But I think that we talked about this for what it is. From what I read about it, it's a higher end grocery store. It's kind of a, state of the art type grocery store, and they're going to do their own. So if 19 of those stores are going to do it, yeah, I mean, dude, the Safeways here, I did look into it. They're just using employees.
I gotta look forward to that because that's really interesting. Because also in the back of my mind, that makes it two things. The amount they're paying out to this other company, the Doordash or whoever was doing their deliveries before them, to take that money, just put it towards the insurance, and then they get more profit in the back end. There's some math there behind there that makes sense, especially if they're expecting that to grow and to put the investment in and saying, okay, this is just, we might lose a little money this year, but next year we're going to make a bunch more money, especially as this segment of the business grows. So there's some math behind it, but it'll be interesting to see how that actually works.
Kim, did your article say, did it give you a list of restaurants or grocery stores by chance?
No,
because we know DoorDash is kicked out of Walmart.
Yeah,
so that's not going to be one.
Shouldn't everybody be kicked? Everybody's kicked out of Walmart.
Everybody except for Uber because they still have their contract.
Uber's is still in Walmart, yeah.
And Roadies, Ubers and Roadie, yeah, those two still.
Point pickup
and Point Pickup.
Oh, so just DoorDash got kicked out pretty much.
Just DoorDash. Yeah.
But I think that as these contracts end, they're going to kick them all out.
Oh, I think so as well.
Yeah.
So, which, I mean, like I have an Aldi's. I don't know how close it is to me, but I have one in Oklahoma. So I wonder if that's why they say 98% of people or markets will be able to order.
So,
see, look at though. I mean, like, hey, there's a trend starting. These grocery stores and I again, guys, I'm just putting it to the pandemic. During the pandemic, nobody cared if your grocery prices were inflated 30% on Instacart. Nobody cared.
No, people were just trying to survive.
Somebody was bringing you your groceries from an app.
Right.
I mean, you didn't care. You were just happy to not have to go out in public. You were freaked out. Nobody had masks yet. Mask shortage, and we were told we'd die without them. And all this stuff that, I mean, feel how you want. I know we we easily would have gotten each other even more sick in the beginning, but there were reasons not to leave. We were being told not to leave in the very beginning. So, I mean, this kind of service, it made sense, but does it make sense now when these stores are finally like having enough employees again? And they're like, you know what? We're sick of letting you charge 30% on all the items, service fees, this, that. We want to advertise like they're doing here in Colorado, in-store prices. Use your digital coupons. Use this, use that.
But also
$6.99 delivered.
I think there's employees that have that experience now of doing a lot of delivery that have side hustle, even that work for it. So imagine if you're an employee that already works there and they say, hey, John, I know that on your part-time, off of it, you do some DoorDash. Hey, will you do these full-time now? You just chill in your car all day? You give me a pay raise, going to pay for this, that. There's a deal to be made there for an employee who already is interested in driving and doesn't want to do the other stuff. So I can see that being an opportunity to even these companies to try to siphon off some people that don't want to do gig work. Those people that are dissatisfied are talking about that say, hey, maybe I want to get a full-time job, but I still want to do my driving. So
yeah, like pooping in a box. Plus, I want to do my gig work.
Yeah, 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours driving for Aldi's or driving for
Hey, you gotta get that fiber to work through, man. You gotta get that fiber to work through.
Get your discount on that Metamucil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what about? So what? Wait, did we talk about the other piece with Walmart?
No.
She was getting there.
I'm gonna preface this that it is just a rumor, and it's just because I was talking to a manager and I have the gift of gab, and it literally is just a rumor. But
hey, thank you, man. What up, man?
The other day, and I just released a video literally right before the live, but I did a Spark a couple days ago, waiting, whatever. So I get talking to the manager because they know me by now. And she's like, hey, Kim, what's going on? And I'm so good. And she goes, oh, I have news for you because I know you like to do shop and delivers. And I'm like, oh, really? She goes, we got word that express deliveries starting soon are going to be pushed for shop and delivers to Spark drivers and Spark drivers only because they're trying to cut back on payroll in Walmart. So they're using Spark drivers for all express deliveries for all shop and pay orders. So drivers might be seeing a lot more shop and pays coming into their app shortly. She didn't have an exact time frame. So I don't know how reliable. Obviously, it came from an associate, but when's reliable? I go into Facebook and see how reliable the source is because that's even more reliable. But I went on to my local Facebook group, and there was somebody who said they got told almost the same exact thing that I got told. And then there was a whole bunch of people commenting that they heard the same thing. And a lot of associates are talking about it. So
why wouldn't they do that? I mean, I would expect Express
to make so much sense.
Yeah, because Express orders, they're the worst for just to wait for.
Right. I mean, they're supposed to be Express for one. So the quickest way is get a dasher in there or not a dasher, a contractor in there to pick it up instead of waiting for them to do it, then bring it out to your car. That's wasting more time.
All right.
To me.
I think the other thing that tracks with that is I just read an article earlier today that said that Walmart, because Kim had mentioned it's because they're trying to reduce their payroll. But I just read somewhere that Walmart's actually increasing their minimum wage from $12 to $14. So they're going to pay people more. Of course, they're going to reduce the pay people on payroll or the work being done because they're trying to, break even essentially with that. So that tracks. It all tracks together. And I saw a bunch of stuff on that on Reddit the last couple of days about as well, about shop and delivers becoming or express orders becoming shop and delivers. So I believe it, Kim.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. According to what I read I didn't get this from talking to the manager. I got this actually from reading all the groups, is a lot of people are saying it's going to be starting in March. So it's a quick turnaround on how quickly we might be seeing more shop and delivers come through our screens. I personally love shop and delivers. And I think that you can, you can get like two. If you get two like quick ones, you can like turn those around, and the earning potential just became more for Spark if you can get them.
I did see in a local Facebook group though that the express orders also allow you to take more than one.
Well, I never heard of that.
Yeah, like they were posting screenshots. Now you still have to, like, you can grab one while you're already on one, but you can't shop two at the same time, if that makes sense. So like if you're on your way to your customer and another one pops up, you can grab it, and then once you finish it, you go back to the store and shop for it.
That's funny. Instacart just launched that this week too.
Yeah.
Who did?
But that's happened for
just
me.
Allows you to be on a shop and grab the next one.
That's happened for me before in Spark during like really peak times when they have a very high demand. And the first time it happened, I actually called Spark because I'm like, I don't know whether I'm supposed to take this order or not. And they said, don't take it because it's actually a glitch in their system and you can be marked as late and actually get it removed. And it was like a whole to-do. So they're calling it a glitch when it happened, but that was like months and months ago. So I don't know whether it's changed since then.
Yeah, I've been seeing it a lot in the local Facebook group. So
glitch and beta mode. Those two words are just like those are a gig company's favorite lines.
It is.
It was a glitch, or it was beta mode.
Yeah, and all of our terms of service also say this, that glitches are not our fault.
Right. So release with a full liability.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. I will kind of see. We'll test it to see if you see more shopping delivers come from Spark in the next couple of weeks. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's good for drivers because on the curbside pickups I see that are express, they typically pay poorly, and at least in my market, just the base shop and delivers pay a lot better.
I was talking to my husband about this the other day. Honestly, I don't know why almost all shop and delivers don't go to Spark drivers, just based off of if you have a sales associate and they're getting paid an hourly wage, are they really the most fastest and effective person picking that order versus a Spark driver trying to turn as many orders in an hour as humanly possible to gain more money? So by an efficiency, and they can save the payroll. To me, that's like a win-win. At least that's just my thought.
Yeah, I think all express orders should go directly to drivers. It makes most sense. I mean, a lot of the shops though that they do are typically not express though. They're all scheduled. So because I know whenever I order through Walmart Plus all the time, and I know that they shop it an hour before I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Well, you heard it here first, guys. We always tell you things that first of all, things fail.
What was that?
Well, I'm putting all the math together in my head, and I always say it. I'm trying to hold back, but I mean, Instacart is truly going. We've been joking about it for a long time. It really is going out of business.
Oh yeah, we expected it to though.
I know, but I mean, like all jokes aside, it's moving very quickly too. Like it seems like things are happening in every space right now to just get them out.
Well, this is interesting. So the only reason why I know this is because I just did research for a video on this. But do you know who holds the #1 market share right now for grocery delivery?
#1 market share, grocery delivery.
I would have to say
Walmart.
Yeah, I'd have to say
Walmart. It is Walmart.
Yeah.
It's Walmart, and then it is
Target.
It's Instacart, and Target is third, but it's crazy. I can't remember the exact percentages, but I'm making it's close to this. But I think Walmart was like 48%. I think Instacart was 46%, and then Shipt was 6%. That's how big of it is.
There's no way Instacart controls 40-something%.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it.
That's asking. That's mind blowing. If it really is that much,
Gary. Though, don't forget about the SNAP programs and all that, though, because they are involved and they're getting more involved. Because I don't know. I was reading a story. I don't even have it here tonight. I don't think, but about how SNAP is ending in a lot of areas, and Instacart's doing an offer where you can pay a monthly fee to, if you qualify, have it just through them. I think that's part of where they're moving is like, okay, we're going to help out the people who are, nutrient deficient or can't afford groceries or what. I don't want to make the nonprofit joke, but it's.
But I mean, who's shopping the orders though? I mean, that's the.
It's the problem is, why? Okay, why if I'm a shop why would I use Instacart if my King Supers delivers now with the store prices? As soon as I hear that, I'm done with Instacart.
This is very interesting here because, okay, I found it.
Did you find it? Because I'm still looking for it.
I found it, and it is Walmart's 48%, Shipt is 6%, Peapod's 1%, Instacart's 45%, and Fresh Direct is 1%. Now, the interesting thing though is before Walmart took over Spark, Instacart was actually 73%.
That would make more sense that if Instacart started super high. So I guess
right. They started out at like 73. I think it was 73. I'd have to go back up. Like 73, 76%. And then in a year that Walmart's had Spark, they're down to 45% now. So what do you think is going to happen?
And now Doordash is in the game too.
And Doordash is in the game.
And the grocery stores are delivering.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly,
that means
that's from 2021. They didn't put out a 2022 yet. They put out a 2022 on food delivery. They haven't done one on grocery delivery yet. So it should be interesting when that comes out.
So it sounds like all these companies are seeing Instacart blood in the water and just attacking. Like that's all.
But Instacart is also now confirmed. I mean, like as publicly as you can. I know these companies can back out of their word, but they have not done this since they decided to IPO. But they've confirmed that they will IPO before May. I mean, they will what's the point, guys?
If they exist in May.
And their two biggest markets are Los Angeles and San Francisco for Instacart, by the way. So that's their two biggest metros.
You know why? Because Prop 22.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Because all you can do is one Instacart in an hour. I mean, I know Bud Soda's going to jump all over me for this.
Well, this is the sales.
I'm just
portion.
saying on
this
average.
This is the sales portion, though. This isn't the driver portion. Sales portion.
Okay, but still, they're getting a lot of action, and drivers are happy out there because that's one of the major supplemental. Because if you're doing an $8 base pay, and even if the person does tip, you're still gonna in San Francisco, you're still gonna get $16 for Prop 22 for that hour.
Yeah, drivers, I'm sure it's great.
Right. I'm just saying, if you have happy drivers, you kind of get happy because I think all this plays together, dude. I mean, when you get people pissed off in the service industry doing the job,
but I also think that
the reason DoorDash, I mean, everybody's pissed at DoorDash, but the reason it does well is because it has 3 million drivers.
Right. But I also think the other big piece is that people just don't know there's other options that are, that got into Instacart during the pandemic. They've just had them since then. They haven't canceled it. Now they're finding out, you can go through this company or that company. And like Kim mentioned, or Gary mentioned, going from 73 to 46, that's a huge amount to lose in 1 year, pretty much.
All right, like JP says, Instacart is in San Francisco. I'm not sure where Walmart's actually.
But I need to add to what JP said because Instacart is based in San Francisco and Atlanta, and actually Instacart. I can't remember the last time we even looked into this, but Instacart was looking at closing San Francisco and moving it all to Atlanta.
Yeah, then they might lose San Francisco.
I mean, at this point, who cares? I mean, their trajectory is set in stone, dude. They are done.
I also wouldn't discount also Uber Eats. Uber Eats, I mean, I know they bought Corner Shop this year, but man, some of the orders that I've been getting on Uber Eats for shop and delivers, there's some really good orders out there.
Yeah. 100%.
While we're talking about that, did you guys? I was maybe going to mention this if we had time. I guess I'll mention it because we're here. Did you see this? That Uber has redesigned the app for the first time in years.
Yeah, the customer side of apps.
Yeah, look at it, dude. I mean,
this is confusing now.
Right, but see at the top of the one on the the one that says rides delivery. I mean, right there, you just tap it.
Oh yeah.
Cleaner. I mean, but then here's the thing I didn't understand. In the lock screen, it has this. Who cares? Why would I want this in my lock screen? It's telling me how far the driver is out. But here's even the other stupid part. In the lock screen, I only got the completed part, but it also had there's 3 minutes left in the ride. Why do you need that on your lock screen? What's wrong with you?
Maybe because people forget
that they're in an Uber.
Drunk people do.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna look at my phone. Oh, I'm riding in an Uber. Okay. I don't know. I just found it funny. Like, why would you need that in lock screen? I don't know. I saw no reason for it. That doesn't help me at all.
Well, in case
I've used Uber enough too, not just drove for it, but I've used it enough to know that wouldn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I mean, they're still gonna take their time, but
yeah,
I mean, can you turn it off? I'm sure you can turn it off, right?
You can turn anything off. Well, I feel like you should be able to. It's like a notification, so you should be able to turn off notifications.
And by the way, Lyft fixed the glitch, but guys, Lyft remember the Lyft thing that we talked about where Lyft is now paying the driver's wait time?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they just fixed it at the end of last week because for the first 2 weeks, Lyft was just taking the money.
Not even paying the drivers.
They forgot to give nothing to the drivers. We're supposed to pay you. That's right.
We're still figuring this out.
So did they back pay them?
No.
What?
Sorry, it was a glitch.
Nope, it was a glitch.
It was a glitch. Don't worry though, we'll get it right from today.
It was a beta mode glitch.
Yeah.
We'll get you in the future.
Well, was it last week? And this is completely semi-unrelated. I got a notification from Grubhub saying they miscalculated something on somewhere around Christmas, and I just got it like last week. It was $1. I think it was like $1.49. But I just thought it was interesting that they're like, oh yeah, by the way, here's $1.49 from Christmas time.
Well, I'm telling you, I think that this redesign isn't just about Uber rideshare and delivery. I think this is about, like you mentioned, Corner Shop. I think they're about to bring that in, and this is the new design. I mean, as stupid as it sounds, you guys, like they'll never bring Uber Boat back, but that was pretty funny.
Are they going to have like one app? Because right now they have the Uber app and they have the Uber Eats app, so they're going to integrate it into one.
Uber drug dealing or whatever it's called, that's going to be through this.
Well, I'm gonna open up my Uber Eats app.
But also, there's Uber Travel coming too, which I'm sure is just going to be like whatever you can find for a flight. Whatever you can find for a flight.
I just opened my app up, and it is different.
Yeah. Whatever you can.
I don't use it that often.
Whatever you find for a flight on Google Flights, I'm sure it'll be 3 times as much on the Uber app.
For the Uber Travel, I think it's already
$99. It'll be like $1,100.
The Uber Travel's already there, though, right?
Is it? I don't know.
Oh no, it's the Uber. Oh, is the Uber Rent that I've seen? You can actually go in here and rent cars.
Yeah, I knew that, but they're going to add the travel in too, where you can do like, and it's going to. I guess it's like old bookings agent style too, so like you can book. Like I'm going to book my vacation through Uber. Come on, guys.
Like a Travelocity type.
I mean, that's like, have you ever? The only people that'll use that is like, have you ever been outside or interacted with people? No. Like, okay, you might use it. Like, every other app's going to beat it with travel. The travel's too hard of a space to get into.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but any flight I go through Google.
Yeah, I was going to say, like,
Google flights.
Usually they can top them. Sometimes I can like, and if Google tops the apps that I use to look, like the ones that'll do the comparison, then I go to the actual airlines, and sometimes out of Denver I can get a better deal through Frontier Direct than I can. But I mean, those apps too, you guys, like Kayak for instance, you can do all you want with the settings. That thing has a memory that you wouldn't believe. So I would never ever look for a price, shut the app down, and then go and dates and where you want to go, and then open the app within like a week or so and search that again. They're going to take you for more money.
Take you for more money.
Yeah, they're going to, I mean, even if like you clear everything out of the, your history, your cache with them or whatever, it doesn't matter. The settings know you're looking for a trip to there, and they're going to work you.
It increased the price. Interesting.
Yeah, it's like if every time I've ever done that, it's never dropped in price. Yet I can go to like Google Flights, look, and it's $200 to round trip. San Francisco's a cheap round trip for me. It's usually I can do it for under $100, 99, 89. That's usually what it is on Frontier. Google travel is usually about the same, but Kayak will say like 250, and then I'll try the next day. It'll say like 350.
So that's what I like about Google Flights is I go there, I type in what I want, and I just set a reminder, to track my prices, and it'll tell me every day, hey, your price is this, hey, your price. And I've actually got it for like stupid cheap because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, Brandon says, Steve, I could just get Tony to drive me on vacation.
Yeah.
Tony, take me on vacation.
Where you want to go? Don't care. Just take me on
vacation. You're not
vacation.
allowed to have fun, though. Just me.
Just me.
Just me. You just sit there, get paid.
Okay. So we did that. John.
Oh yeah, I got a story Doordash related as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good one.
So this one is interesting to me just because it's a potential inside of, I think, well, I'll read the story first and kind of tell you my insights about it. So the story is that you can now use Doordash to order concessions from your seat at Pinnacle Bank Arena, which is currently used in Nebraska. Now, don't let the Nebraska part hold you back here. But basically, if you have the Doordash app, you can essentially order something at one of the concession stands in the arena. It'll essentially be like pickup. Now, if you go to games or events often, you know how you don't really want to go in line to get food because you're going to miss it. Then you try to go during halftime or a quarter break or whatever it may be, and everybody else does the same thing too. So there's a problem that it actually solves, but B, since everybody has this Doordash app in there, and Doordash really isn't doing anything, it's essentially going to be almost free money from Doordash. I'm not sure if they're paying to be in the arena, but they're have to be getting a cut of the sales if you're ordering it through the Doordash app. So imagine this, spread across the country. A lot of free money for people using an app they already have, and I mean, I don't think Doordash is paying to be in those places. I think those places are paying Doordash to make their business system more effective.
No, you're right. People are going to pay. People are going to pay for that convenience.
Those prices are already to the roof already.
If they can roll it out to like a lot of major arenas, sporting events, like that would be a huge moneymaker. Because I know me, like if I go to a Yankees game, like I don't want to get up out of my seat and go
right.
Get
Instead of paying $48 for 2 beers, Kim, you'll pay $69 for 2 beers delivered to your seat.
No, that's the thing.
To me, that's worth it because I don't have to get up.
Yeah, but I think the other thing that's interesting about that is almost like DoorDash. If they could, at first when I read this, I thought they were kind of like licensing or porting their technology. I was like, okay, maybe they'll make money off of their tech, quote unquote, which would be a potential revenue stream. But that's not how it's going to work. It's just basically allowing the pickup from the stand. So it'll be interesting to see how that develops. I think
maybe another app could take it from there to the person.
Uber Eats is going to be the same thing. If Uber Eats isn't doing the same thing, they're not very smart.
Did they get the idea from that guy that did the TikTok, acting lost on the court?
Oh, probably.
Like, hey, that's a good idea.
That's not a bad idea.
What if you could deliver in the arena? Oh,
yeah. Could you imagine though? Like as a driver, if there's a game you wanted to watch, you just accept a delivery for there and be like, yeah, I got a delivery, and you go in and cancel.
Even if there's not, dude, just take a screenshot of something that you find online and take your hot bag in.
Right.
I gotta go.
Well, I would assume they would work it like they would. Like I have a local restaurant by me that has their drivers, but they use the DoorDash platform, and their drivers are the drivers on the DoorDash platform. So I would assume it would be like the same concept, correct?
Well, so it's just going to be the customer being able to be in their seat, order their food at the concession stand, and then go pick it up when it's ready, instead of having to wait in line. No, you're picking it up yourself.
Oh, it's like a pickup, not delivering to your seat?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh.
So you order.
DoorDash is literally doing nothing.
It's just saving me having to do the transaction there.
That's saving you time.
That's it. I still have to go stand in line and wait.
No, I want someone to bring it to my seat.
Through DoorDash.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought it was too. I thought somebody was going to bring it to my seat.
Maybe in the future. I mean,
like that's just dumb. Why would I get on there and be like, yeah, 2 beers? Okay, let me go stand in line. Wait.
No.
Yeah, I got to pick up 2 beers.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to wait in line. That's the whole point.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like, you're like, watch this. I don't need to pull I don't need to pull my wallet out to pay for this.
But you say you're not.
Let me see your phone. And you're like,
you say you're not going to wait in line though. But you're in an arena with 10,000 people, 1,000 people doing the same exact thing. You're waiting in line.
Unless DoorDash takes over a stand or two.
Yeah.
And they have their own expediting. You can't pay cash and credit card at those. You just can go get it.
Yeah,
even
it would be so much better if they deliver it to you.
Of course,
it would be better if they delivered it.
I don't get even what that service is.
No.
I don't either. Like it's pointless to me. I mean, it's dumb.
That's like them.
John, you almost had us, bro. You almost had us.
That's a good idea because they're just going to be. Yeah, I mean, if I was ordering in my seat, it says it's ready for your hot dog, your pizza. Just go and pick it up.
You know what it is though that I will give them credit for is they're stepping into the sports world first, because who knows what they could build out of that. This is going to be beta mode, and there's going to be glitches.
I think the big thing is that being in an arenas are usually pretty locked down, so they'll be the only company in there doing that. They'll be like competing. It'll be kind of like a monopoly on that arena.
Yeah.
And they get a cut of just being in there, so it's free money. People are going to order the beers. People are going to order the.
The next thing you know, you'll be able to wallet your ticket into your DoorDash app. So now you're going into the event using the DoorDash app, and then we're going to have DoorDash Arena.
They already have that, I'm pretty sure, somewhere.
Is there a DoorDash Arena for real?
I feel like there is one.
No, they do not sponsor
professional sports.
I don't think so.
I feel like there is.
God, that would be horrible.
Because Uber doesn't even have an arena.
Toyota Arena.
Instacart Arena, Steve.
Instacart Arena.
Yeah, DoorDash and Golden State Warriors. Yeah.
Really?
Oh my God.
But is it called DoorDash Arena though? Like most arenas, like I don't know what Oklahoma City's is now, but like Ford owned them at one time. It's called the Ford Arena.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, why would they call it something else?
I think it's that's what I'm saying though. If it's not called DoorDash Arena, they're not partnered.
It probably is.
No, it's not. So I just read this. So it's not DoorDash Arena. It's just that DoorDash has this same service apparently with
Toyota Arena.
Yeah, no, with Chase Arena with this one I'm reading here, which is the Golden State Warriors one. So they apparently had this.
Yeah, they're just
going on this season. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I want to see an Uber Arena and a DoorDash Arena.
They don't make enough money to do that yet.
That's very true. That's very expensive to do.
You guys, before we wrap up, I wanted to hit on a story, but I'm not going to do it tonight because instead I want to tell you all to go watch what I did yesterday. I put out a short today from it too, a clip, and I'm going to put out clips of all of the rest, I think, tomorrow, all the clips. Because if you don't feel like watching the whole piece, I'll title each one because they are pieces you should watch. But I won't get into that tonight. I see that we're running up on time. So I want to talk, since Kim brought up Aldi, I want to bring up this article I saw because I don't even know, they don't do this anywhere here. I didn't even know this was a thing. But do you guys have, who has grocery stores that lock their carts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do?
Well, used to.
You gotta pay a quarter.
Yeah.
I've heard that at Aldi's.
So there's a hack that's going around where you just shove a key in it.
Okay.
And that opens it. So I'm looking at the padlock. It looks like some weird thing with a chain or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of sticking the quarter in, you just stick a key in, unlock it. They say right here that any common house key will work.
Oh, Aldi's about to fix that.
So there's your hack. There's your tip and trick.
There's your tips and trick.
You heard it here first.
I mean, you do get your quarter back. I'll just say that.
You do.
Yes. Yeah, the whole premise behind it is we're going to charge you a quarter, so that way we don't have to pay somebody to go collect the carts. As long as you return the cart, you get your quarter back.
So wait a minute. Do you get paid a quarter then if you shove a key in?
I don't know.
Well, no, because
like when you return it, you get a
cart.
quarter
Well,
back.
no, because the cart would be empty.
In your cart.
So I guess is there a side hustle out there for returning people's carts at Aldi? Like, no, I got that for you, man. Don't worry about it.
Yes, you could.
There, all jokes put aside. So they used to have, I don't know whether your malls have this, but the kids' carts. A lot of times you have to put in. Yeah, you have to put in like money in order to get the cart out for the malls. Well,
I've never had to pay for any of that stuff.
Really? Well, anyway, I used to have in my store. I was a department store. We would get these kids' carts all the time, and people would just leave them, and their quarters were stuck in there. I had a sales associate who would take a cart like almost every day and return it, so he would pocket the change.
It is a side hustle after all.
It is. It's a side hustle.
Wow. Yeah, it's a side hustle for the homeless. You're only gonna make what'd you make today? $1.75.
I guess he looked at it as like, it's a cup of coffee for the day or a cup of coffee for the week.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just didn't know we were at a point in this world where we needed to chain up rent out.
$1.75 used to be worth a lot more than it is today.
My point is, if I'm going to Aldi, they should be happy that I'm giving them my service, right? There's other grocery stores I could go to. Why do I got to pay for a chained up cart?
Because it's supposed to help lower their prices in the store too, because they don't have to pay someone to go collect all the carts. That's why.
It's like the same reason. Yeah, they're cutting staff.
That's what they say. That's exactly what they say.
I guess I don't understand the mechanism of how it works. When I saw this, it looked like it was just
you don't have an Aldi
picture like a plastic box. And then you stick a quarter in it, and it stays in that plastic box. And then when you return the cart,
and the plastic box is on the cart. Oh, okay.
And then when you push the cart back in and lock it, your quarter pops back up.
Okay. Now I get it, because it looked like something more that was on like a chain that released it or something once you put the quarter in.
I mean, I could get it if you wasn't going to get your quarter back. You wanted to be that cheap. I could understand using a key, but I mean,
I think it's pretty cheap of them to make me pay the quarter.
But you don't pay; you get it back.
You're not really paying a quarter unless you're just lazy, and then you're paying a quarter every time.
Yeah, I mean, the only way you don't get your quarter back is if you don't return the cart.
So I can keep the cart instead. Take it home.
Well, I don't know. Mine has.
So their carts are worth a quarter.
Mine has locks on it. You can't leave the parking lot with them.
So now you can't leave the parking lot with them either.
No, you got to return the cart.
Dude.
So what happens if you don't have a quarter?
Self-checkout, pay carts.
Do you have a change machine?
What's next? Like per aisle walking? That's $1 if you want to go down aisle 3.
Hey, toll roads, baby. Toll road.
Right, make all the good stuff.
I got the Instacart Easy Pass.
But yeah, that's all these don't have. I know all these don't have bags either, for that reason too, because they say they're trying to save on prices. So you bring your own
bags. So
well, you bring your own bags, or you can find the empty boxes like you do at the Sam's Club and I guess Costco, I think too.
Yeah.
And so it's supposed to lower their prices for their store.
Yeah.
I personally
we're supposed to pay 10 cents a bag, but normally there's not a bagger. So as long as you do the bagging, you could actually take all the bags you want, and the cashier's ringing it out. But you can even grab an extra 1,000. There's stacks right there.
Steve just stealing everything.
Are you a bagless state?
I mean, I have bags, but if you don't, they will charge you 10 cents a bag.
They're not a bagless state.
We're a bagless state. We don't have any bags. You have to provide your own reusable bags.
What if I provide my own non-reusable bag? Will they ban me?
No.
Yeah.
It's just that grocery.
Well, technically, you're reusing it though.
Yeah. Good point. I'll just say I'm reusing this bag. So
what if I bring in my backcountry 1,700 cubic inch backpack?
Well, they don't care.
And then I'm like,
I don't
do anything here today, but it's full.
The whole entire thing is like the grocery stores themselves are not permitted to hand out any more plastic bags in New Jersey. Like you have to bring your reusable bags, or most places
because that's going to save the planet.
I know.
It's going to stay in New Jersey.
It's a start, Steve. It's a start.
It is a start. But if you don't have a reusable bag, almost every single place has them to buy them. I think like ShopRite, it's like 39 cents.
You guys want to hear something awful, though?
Look at this, Steve. Dashing Grandpa said it the best. You don't have a quarter, you don't get a cart.
You just eat it.
Do they have like the little hand key, the hand pails there? Don't have the hand baskets there?
Hey, Pedro. No, like Jersey strange. Like I can't wait to go see it. I'm gonna go see Kim at the end of March, and I'm purposely gonna make sure I need gas whenever I get to Jersey, just so I can make somebody else pump my gas.
You should just go to a bunch of I only want 2 gallons here.
Give me $3. I gotta hit the 7-Eleven next door.
Right, and then pull up then just pull up one and have another person do it and be like, I'll take another 3 gallons. You know.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna be by Pennsylvania too. So, isn't that where free cab's at? I can go take a free cab.
Free, yeah. Don't miss free, guys. What's up, Pedro? Don't miss free. But I do need to say, go watch the piece that I did yesterday, and even in the show notes, and I put it in the short that I made today. And like I said, I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna chop the whole thing up and put all the pieces out tomorrow. They're all very important, but I'm gonna put these links in them too. And it's just, first of all, the conversation's great, but it tells you which, like the 618 careers that ended because of AB5. She gave us the whole roll. She's got stories of individuals and careers that were ruined. I mean, we went through some pretty intense stuff, like the fact that, this is just one story. And this is horrible that this happens, but there are people who are trained to deal with rape victims, right? Well, those are independent contractors in California, so they're no longer allowed. So a hospital can't afford to keep, rural hospitals can't afford to keep somebody on staff that has that expertise and that skill set. So now they don't have that anymore.
Wow.
They don't have the properly trained people on how to deal with a rape. I mean, there were other examples that were this bad. It's not just, hey, these people are out of work or these people are out of work. There are things that are only independent contractor jobs that aren't allowed anymore. So there's a lot of bad stuff going on, you guys. It's definitely not out of the woods. And is it going to be the PRO Act? No. And even they said it yesterday. Both of them agreed. I was glad to hear that, but there's some nasty stuff. And they named all the states that we've been talking about. They said Minnesota, they said Illinois, they said Pennsylvania, New York. Kim is also from New Jersey, same as our Kim. And Kim Cavan said that New Jersey was safe for right now, so you're good. Colorado has a deal thing going. It's a mess. You can find the pros in it, but there's just like all this stuff, there's a lot of cons too. And there's a lot of ways a lot of wiggle room for these companies to get out of it. So I don't know. It's a big mess. Go watch it. It was just over an hour. And in those notes are some really good links to things that you guys should read the personal stories that Karen Anderson shared with us. They are ridiculous. It is so sad to listen to these people with livelihoods of 30, 40 years and how they ended abruptly. It's ridiculous. I mean, there's 10,000 stories in there. You just can search by career. So it's awful. And you're hearing it from the people it happened to, but that's kind of what I wanted to make sure is that everybody, if you're an independent contractor, or even if you're in the gig economy and you're working full time, and you're like, I don't care what I am, but I like it like this. That means you're an independent contractor. You need to watch this. You don't need to go and watch everything that I do on this stuff, but you need to go and watch this and understand what's going on. Because it is going on. It's going on everywhere right now in the entire country. And nobody can deny that. If people are saying, oh, we're good. You're not. And things are going to change, but It's where will they change the most, and which states will change the most, and that's the one good thing. It doesn't seem to be at a federal level. It seems to be at the states now, and she was talking about trifecta type stuff too, like which states are trifecta run by Democrats, which ones are run by Republicans, which ones have a mix. And there was I can't remember, 17 Democrat trifecta states, and those are all at risk right now because they're trying to push the PRO Act and all this. And Biden he brought it up in the speech that he gave, the State of the Union, a couple weeks ago or a week and a half ago. And in March, Kim confirmed that they will be pushing for the PRO Act. But it seems to be a window of opportunity for all of us. Again, I can't give away everything. Go watch it. Just go watch it, please. That's it. Maybe one day Hannibal will come back. I know Pedro is here. Pedro and Hannibal are going to Herbivore next week, so we will be without him too next week. But we will have Nova Dasher, and I know those guys will have fun in LA. I don't think either of them have ever been to LA. So
a New Yorker goes to LA, a Midwesterner goes to LA. I mean, this is almost a City Slickers. I mean, well, not really, but Hannibal's
kind of backwards,
but kind of in a way. City Slickers 3, The Legend of Herbivore. Gosh, can't we say it? Herbivore.
So Kim and John, what you guys got going this week? Anything we should know?
I'm working on a fun video about why acceptance rate is literally a scam on Walmart Spark. Some interesting things. Some interesting math, going back to the old math board.
Nice. And Kim, you've already discovered some issues this week. So are you feeling pat yourself on the back, take a minute? Yeah.
No. Just anything that I've been discovering, I've just been trying to get it out as quickly as possible, because I feel like if I'm uncovering it, anybody else might be going through the same thing. So
big time. Yeah.
You just never know. I have another thing I discovered this past week, but it's actually in favor of the driver this time. So I think that'll be like my next video coming out shortly.
Nice. So again, guys, tomorrow night, Sunday Funday on Friday.
Friday Funday.
Well, I called it Sunday Funday.
It's a Sunday Funday, but it's the Friday special edition.
I know I'm sure the thumbnail will throw people off too, because it says Sunday Funday, but right above it says Friday and the date.
Why don't you just change it to Friday Funday?
Because it's a Sunday Funday.
Friday.
It's supposed to make people remember what Gary and I were doing Sunday Fundays.
I think they'll remember.
Everybody's gonna show up on Sunday. Why is nobody in the stream?
That might be bad though, because they might look at it and be like, "Man, those streams used to go for like 6 hours."
Yeah, but guys, remember, we're gonna have the CEO and founder of free Rideshare. Free Rideshare.
And we
you
might
don't pay anything.
And we might have an ex-stripper that played with sex dolls.
Yes, we might. Very much. She's very cool too. Pixie is her name, and she was a stripper here in Denver for years. She now runs a very popular podcast called Next on Stage, and so you got to give her that plug. But she did an interview with the Sex Dolls Ltd. Denver Dolls. Yeah, there was no sex. Denver Dolls Ltd. Like Gary and I looked that up on a Sunday Funday, and we're having so much fun with it. But now she did an interview with the company, so I'm really interested to hear her take on it. And then we have Bud Soda. So again, this is our trifecta. Bud Soda drives you around in a free cab, and you go to town with the sex doll.
That was Kim's idea.
All for free.
Just don't talk about pooping in a box and you're good.
and don't forget to poop in a box.
Yeah. Can make $500.
$180,000 a year, guys.
Yeah.
That's gonna put somebody through college.
1 in 1,000. I mean, I don't know. As soon as this is over, I'm going to apply. So I don't know why. All of you probably already did. Hopefully, one of you got it. I see Tremaine entered in here. Tremaine, that should be part of your live stream. Dude, you can make 180 grand a year by pooping in a box once a day.
Look at this. He goes stacking around.
It's like that's a cross stack. That's the one.
I wonder who delivers all the poop.
Don't know.
Is that like DoorDash?
Medical couriers, another side hustle.
Yeah, probably medical carriers, I guess.
No, it's the Uber. It's the Uber Eats. What is it?
Uber Connect.
I remember that picture that Uber Eats is in the bathroom or something. Maybe that's what he was doing. He was making his $500.
Well, I also wondered about those. I mean, because we've all seen the commercials for the colon thing, right? I mean, I know Gary said he had. Has everybody else seen those? The white box with the little colon guy, and you poop in the box, and it'll tell you if you have cancer. But its effective rating's like 25% or something. But who picks that up? I mean, they don't have a team. Is it just your mailman going, "Oh shit"? No pun intended. Well, that's a wrap, you guys.
On that note,
thank you all for joining us. And if you want to learn about poop, you can
join us tomorrow.
Steve at Rideshare Rodeo or join us tomorrow night. You know, I'm sure Pixie has a take on poop, and I'm sure we can get Rudy, the CEO from Precab, to weigh in on this too. And I'm sure Bud Soda can talk about stacking it. So we got a thing. This could be fun, guys. So join us tomorrow night. Check out all these guys' channels. Subscribe, even to Hannibal's. We should just put a picture of him up when he's not here. That's what we should.
You can put it in like Gary's like little symbol up top.
Oh yeah, just put him in the corner, the top corner.
But yeah, be safe, earn smart, have a great weekend, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow. If not, we'll see you back here next week. And Doordash will be joining us. So it should be fun too. So until then, have fun, guys. Peace.